Well, hi, I didn't see you there. Don't you hate when people do that? Hi, everybody, it's me, Dixie Longate. Don't you hate when that people start their videos like, oh, I didn't see you there. I just had a camera crew and a bunch of people standing there with lighting and makeup effects, and all of a sudden I didn't see anybody was there. Yes, you did. We know you did. If you really were like, oh, nobody saw you there, wouldn't it be great if like somebody caught you in like the middle of sex or something and you're like, oh, I didn't see you there? Mom or whatever. Anyway, hi, everybody. It's me, Dixie Longate. I'm so stinking excited to be chatting with y'all today. I'm coming back to one of my favorite cities in the whole entire world. I'm coming back to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Now, if you know me, you know I've been there before. I'll introduce myself and everything, but I've been there a couple of times before, but now I'm coming back with a brand new show. So I'm very, very, very happy to be doing this. So for those of you who don't know me, what a sad life you lead. That's sad. We never run into each other and you'd be like, oh, who's she? She's so pretty. I know, I can't help it. It's because Jesus was in a good mood when he made me. And then everybody born after me sort of like, beat him with the ugly stick. And it's like, well, done for the day, or whatever. That's how I get on my knees and pray a lot for Jesus and everything. But anyway, my name is Dixie Longate. I'm from Mobile, Alabama. And I am going live here with Pittsburgh CLO because I'm doing my brand new show, Cherry Bombs and Bottle Rockets. I'm coming to the Byam Theater for 2 shows only, October 29th. Look at it. That's me. I can't even help it. I got an afternoon show and an evening show so that I can, have enough time to drink in the middle. And I'm so excited. So this is, if you know me, everybody knows me from my show, Dixie's Tupperware Party. So I started selling Tupperware a long time ago, and then I put it together. Shut up, there I am again. And I started selling Tupperware, and then I turned it into a show and brought it to New York City, and then started touring it all over the country. And I went to, I've been to the CLO Cabaret 3 different times with that. And then I have a second show called Never Wear a Tube Top While Riding a Mechanical Bull and 16 Other Things I Learned While I Was Drinking last Thursday. And when that happened, I went ahead and I came there to the Byam Theater and got in front of all the people there. And then they said, come on, what are you doing? And I was like, drinking. And they're like, you want to come back to the Byam? And I said, I'd love nothing better than that. And so here I am. I'm going to come back. Oh, look, people are coming on. I just saw it. Hi, everybody. Hi. I hope everybody's doing good. Angie and Miss Terry, I love you. Miss Sydney, thank you all for coming. Look, you're coming. Terry, you make me smile at you when you come in. We're going to be having a good time. So get ready because I always chat with people in the audience. So I'm going to be having some sort of questions for you. But the show, people have been asking me, like, what's the show about? So I started, everybody knows, everything shut down. And I was, I'm on the road. I've been on the road for 14 years. And then everything shut down. I ended up being back in my trailer with my kids. And I was going through everything. And I thought, oh my Lord, I was doing a bunch of videos like this. I was getting online all the time, doing like a happy hour with me so that we could make cocktails at the same time that everything was, the world was on fire. And because I thought, if the world's on fire, I might as well go down a little bit of new bread, right? And so, and then I thought, you know what? Everybody's going through all this stuff. Let me write down about the experiences people have, but instead of focusing on the bad parts, let's focus on the person that you had to be able to become to get through everything. Because I know it was a tough time, but you did amazing things with yourself to be able to come through the other side. And I want to recognize that and cherish that and celebrate it a little bit. So I wrote my show, Cherry Bombs and Bottle Rockets. I started touring with it in April. And so now I'm finally coming to Pittsburgh and I cannot even stinking wait. So if you come, it's going to be October 29th. It's the Halloween weekend. And then you get your tickets and you can come either in the afternoon if you got kids that you're going to take out trick-or-treating, or at night if you want to bring your scary spooks with you or whatever like that. So if you have a comment, you can leave it for me and I'll be like, what? Hi, Maureen. Hi, Madeline. Miss Madeline? She's so sweet. She's always been so supportive and on my Facebook Lives all the time and everything. You make me all tingly in my Jesus place. Look, I have so many trinkets. Sydney's asking me about my trinkets. I'm going to go through some of them in a minute. But I was just can't help it. I got a lot of crap in my trailer. But I live in Mobile, Alabama. And unfortunately, we haven't had a bad storm season this year. We didn't even get hit with a lot of storm and flooding from Hurricane Ian that just hit everybody down in the west coast of Florida. So I'm sending all my love down to all y'all. So I'm down in Mobile, Alabama on the Gulf Coast. And it's hotter than the blue blazes. I know it's probably getting chilly up there in Pittsburgh, but that's all right. That's all right. Put on your sweaters right now as I'm sweating. I'm sweating like 2 ladies having sex at the back of a pew in church. And then all of a sudden the reverend's coming down, passing the collection plate. And he's like, what are you doing? And then, that one lady has put her leg down and be like, just searching for change or whatever. So I was a little bit about, so these are some of my things. This Dixie, that's me, it's my name. I'm doing it all backwards because where I point is the opposite. My thing, hello. And then can't even hold on. Somebody gave me It's very far away. Here, I'll move that. Look, see, it says you matter. Somebody gave me that on the road. If you've ever seen Dixie Temple Party, you know I have a big message of empowerment in the show about you matter. And somebody gave me that, and I love it. I put it right there. And then these are all these little games that my son plays, and this books and stuff, Playboy books, because I have a friend. I have a friend. She used to be a Playboy bunny in real life, and she went to the mansion and everything with Hugh Hefner, and so she gave me 2 books. She's not in either one of them because she was a little bit younger than they was made, but I was like, I put them out there in honor of her, everything, and then pictures. I got pictures, and then I got booze, and then that's where my cat up there passed away. So my kitty is in there. Like dead, not alive, because that would be weird. Because it's such a small space, it's hard to pack a cat into something so small. You ever try to pack a cat into something and take it on an airplane? It's impossible. So now try to get in there. Anyway, Luma, thank you for coming. I'm very excited that you're all going to come to the show. Is it when? Shut up. Yeah, can I solve the Rubik's Cube? I can if you give me enough booze and you leave the room for about 6 minutes. I can totally solve the Rubik's Cube. It's amazing. It's amazing. I can't help it. I can't help it. Like some people are smart. I'm one of them. So anyway, so that is what happened. So I put the show together called Cherry Bombs and Bottle Rockets, and it's about not all the stuff that happened during the pandemic, but it's about the person that you had to be to get through the pandemic and where you are now, and lifting you up to become the person that's going to share a lot of your bottle rockets and shoot them into the skies to light the way up for everybody else. So I got a lot of stories. You know me, I'm a storyteller, so I got a lot of stories about all the stuff that happened. And being in Alabama with the kids, I'm not used to that, even though I have 3 of them that I remember. I'm not usually they're just tethered to the front door of the trailer, you know, when I'm gone all the time. But then I had to be home, and I'm like, ugh. And then you got to raise them, and you got to learn them stuff and play games and everything. I don't even have time for that, you know, because apparently like kids aren't supposed to drink according to the judge. So it's just like you have to come up with things that you're not used to coming up with, you know. But I like, look, hi, Miss Michelle, the one from Michelle will now be here. But I want to take a minute today since I'm on. Some of you, if you follow me on social media, you've seen that I do I got this advent calendar of wine that I got in January, because I didn't see them in December, but I saw them on the discount store. So if you're drinking for Jesus, might as well save some money doing it. So I figure since it's Friday, let's go ahead. This is how late I am. I started this in January, and I'm only on 21. Okay, so let's go into 21. So this is an opportunity now to open up something and get a little cocktail with me. And then as we're drinking, you can keep asking me questions and everything. So 21, what does it say today? It's rosé. You can't spell wine without win. You can't. I mean, you can if you go to school in Kentucky, because they don't know how to spell nothing. But look, win. Wine is just win without the E. God, I'm smart. Okay, so open it. Now, normally this would be chilled, but it's been sitting in my hot trailer for 10 months. So, yeah, it's Friday somewhere. Everywhere, actually. It's Friday everywhere. So I'm raising my glass to you, my little thing to you. Oh, rosé tastes different when it's warm. That's nice. That's nice. Hi, Miss Nicole. Look, all right, Sharon, got my tickets. Oh, you got your tickets in the VIP meet and greet. Yes. Now, there is a meet and greet before the show. So, Miss Sharon, I'm so excited you're coming with me. Now, before the show, I'm going to do some meet and greet, and it's not just like come make a picture and you scram out of there. I'm going to be sharing some time with you. I'm going to give you a whole extra, there's going to be like a whole extra half hour that I'm going to get to share some time with you, talk to you, get some stories from you, hear what's going on with you, and then I'm going to incorporate some of those stories into the show itself. So, if you come and share some time with me at the meet and greet, it's like a whole other extra show you get before the show. And then I'm going to be having some fun. Yeah, Pittsburgh CLO.org, stands for City Opera. And then you click the thing, you get the tickets. Now the tickets, you got a matinee program and an evening program, and then you can add the VIP on top of it, which is an extra experience. Okay, so I'm so excited to come on and join me. Now, I everybody, what's your favorite part of coming to Pittsburgh? So I was going to ask, put some questions in so I can answer them for you. Look, my friends are poopy. I'm coming along. Your friends are poopy. I don't like your friend. You know what you need, Angel? You need good friends. Better change your friends. You know what you do? You know what you do? Same thing I've got to do all the time. Like move your trailer, change your number, and just start over. You know how sometimes you lend something to somebody and then they don't give it back, and it's like a vibrator or whatever, and then a storm blows your trailer in an entire different zip code, and you're like, oh, thank God, because now, yeah, sure, you lost a vibrator, but that's not something that can't be replaced. You know, not like we hadn't had to do that after a storm, but you can get new friends and then just have a better quality of life when you have new friends that aren't so poopy. But Even so, you're going to be coming to the program and having a good time, and this is the most favorite thing in the world. Look, what's your favorite part of coming to Pittsburgh? Emma, okay, I got a couple things. I love Pittsburgh. I've been there, and the number of times I've been coming, things have grown and grown and grown in that city. You have such a great arts district corridor downtown, which is amazing. But when I first started coming at the fountain at the point was still being worked on, and it wasn't shooting any water out. Now it's working. Last time I came there, it was working. It's beautiful, and I'm so excited about that because it's just your print down there is so pretty. Like you could totally fall in the water and be like, I didn't mean to fall overboard, but it sure is pretty down here. Your restaurants are great. I will tell you, why do you have to have French fries on everything? Not everything needs a French fry. You get salad, y'all put a French fries on it. I was there. I ordered water at a Eden Park. They asked me if I wanted fries in my water. No, not everything gets French fries. It just don't. That's not right for everything. You can't. No, just don't do it. I ordered fries. They're like, you want some fries on your fries? I'm like, they came in there. It's already there. You don't got to do that. People are stupid. But I love Pittsburgh, and I've traveled around the whole city. And like, you got IKEA in the south, and the tunnels, and the thing that you goes up on the hill, the incline, which is so neighborly. I love it. And you have old stadiums and new stadiums and stadiums that used to be stadiums and not stadiums no more. Too many stadiums. But it's beautiful, and all the bridges, and every single bridge you go over looks different than the bridge that you went over a minute ago, which is crazy. When you're going over there, when you're like being pursued by the police, and all of a sudden you're like, no, where am I going to get away? Oh, a bridge. There's another one there, which is nice. It's always nice to go over the bridge. It's nice. Like, all right, Nick, am I a Steelers fan? What kind of woman would I be if I did? Well, first of all, gotta send my love to the Alabama. Roll Tide, but. Of course, I love the Steelers. First of all, who's not going to love a team that didn't what did you win, like 4 of the Super Bowls? I mean, it was a while ago. Like, gussy it up, try a little harder. But I know you gotten close a couple times recent, so that's nice. So yes, of course I'm there. And I will tell you, on the road, I have been on the road for 14 years, save the years during the pandemic. I've been on the road for 14 years. Do you know the only sporting event I've gone to in the entire time on the road is an actual Pirates game? I went into your little stadium and I went to a Pirates game. I saw Pierogies run around during the 7th inning stretch. I was like, what the hell is that lady with a handbag over there hitting that guy? But yes, and you know what? And I was in Denver during the Stanley Cup playoffs when they won the Sippy Cup, the big Sippy Cup. I didn't even go to that, but I went to a Pirates game. So that shows you how much I love y'all in Pittsburgh. And one time I finished my shows. I'd done running my shows there in Pittsburgh 2 times ago. And on the Sunday, we had a matinee only, the final Sunday, and we didn't have an evening show. You know what I did? I packed up all my crap, put my hair up in rollers, and went up to Kennywood. Come on now. How great is Kennywood? That is so stinking fun. I had the best time on Steel Phantom, which goes underneath that Thunderbolts. And then I read on the Turtle, which goes around in a circle, which if you're drinking gets you real disoriented. And it's bigger than you think because you think, oh, it's kids' ride. It's huge. That thing is huge. I couldn't put that in my whole trailer park is not even as big as that Turtle ride. That thing is huge. I love it. And I went on the Kangaroo, which is the oldest operating kind of ride like that kind in the world. Did you know that? Everybody else got rid of their Kangaroo, but not y'all. Y'all are committed to that damn Kangaroo. Go around in a circle, jump up. Go around in a circle, jump up. But I did. I wrote it. I love it. Can't help it. It's my favorite. So I love your Kennywood. I love it. Yes, Kennywood, Sydney. I'm telling you, who didn't love Kennywood? Live your makeup. What kind of makeup do you use? It's so nice. I barely use no makeup at all. It's just a light dusting and powder to keep off the shine. And my hair looks a fright today because I didn't have time to tease it up and make it all big because I just got home last night. So you normally, when you have sex and then you're like, oh, put your hand in my hair a little bit more because I got to be on camera. And then this guy didn't. And so my hair's all flat. But if you, muss it up and get it real big, it's all pretty. But so I didn't even get a chance to muss it up because sex wasn't that long. He was real tired. Anyway, but my makeup, no, it's just a little light dusting of powder. And people think I use eyeshadow. I don't. It's chemical burn. I was changing the Freon in my car a while back, and it shot up in my eyes and just stung me right there. And it looked terrifying at first, but then when the scabs fell off, it was nice. It was a good thing I wasn't looking this way or that way. That would have been bad, right? If I was that way, and then I would have had like just marks and burns on the side of it. But this way, it went right in my eyes, and it fell off. It looks real pretty. I'm lucky. So yeah, just a light dusting powder. That's all I do. Don't need nothing more than that. Like I said, Jesus made a winner when he was making me. Look, haven't seen a few weeks, but you said, what are the best 3 things that have happened to you since we were together in Des Moines? So the last shows I did was the Des Moines, and then I've been traveling a little bit since then. I have not been on social media as much because I've been doing some stuff with some friends of mine. Okay, first of all, shut up. Listen, I went to a friend's party, for his birthday in Paris, France. Shut the hell. He's not even from Paris, France, but he's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Drinking." And he's like, "You want to come to Paris?" I was like, "Of course. Why not?" So I came to Paris, France, in order to be able to spend some time for his birthday. And that is such a stinking beautiful place. I didn't even been before. And it was right after Fashion Week, not during Fashion Week. Damn, shucks. But it's right after Fashion Week. So there's just like glitter everywhere. It's just like going to a gay person's house, just glitter covering the sidewalks because of all the fashion, just fashion. But it's beautiful. I got to eat too much. French food is so rich. It's amazing. So I did that. And then I was just down doing, I swear to God, I was doing a happiness retreat. Isn't that funny? I spent a couple of days in Mexico doing this thing called a happiness retreat. And it just made me so stinking happy, because this is the thing I think we forget too many times. We focus so much on the things that make us gloomy, make us sad, and the things that feel like the world is ending. And we don't take a minute to take a breath and figure out what's so great about things. I guarantee you, there is not a time in the life that you cannot take a minute, slow down, look into look at outside, look in the mirror, look inside, look at that thing that your cat's carried in its mouth that it got from outside, whatever, and just see some beauty in the world. But I think we far too often we just get so caught up with everything that everybody's pushing at us, making us mad, instead of pushing things out that are happy. So I got to do that. And what's the third best thing I did? Drank lukewarm rosé. That's pretty good. That's what I did. You got to take your wins where you can. Look, is my hair naturally red? Yes, my hair is naturally red. Carpets match the drapes. I know. I was vacuuming the carpet this morning. So yeah, can't help it. That's what happens. I suppose one time somebody said, "You should dye your hair blonde." I look so bad as a blonde. I just don't have the skin tone for it, because I got that ruddy skin color. So it just works that way. I don't got many freckles. Got a couple freckles, but I don't have many freckles. So I'm like a redhead that don't got no freckles, which is weird. But yeah, no, can't help it. I'm redhead through and through. And you hear, I read an article that said that the recessive gene that makes redheadedness is actually being bred out of the population. So by about 2050 or so, they said there will be no more natural redheads. Will be extinct. I know. I'm gonna be like it's just extinct species. Like, you can put me on your mantle and be like, "Oh, I got one." I mean, I'll sit there by the elf of the shelf and be like, "Girl, you don't even know the things I've seen." What's your favorite thing about performing? My favorite thing, Nicole, what a nice question. My favorite thing about performing is all y'all. I can get up on a stage, and if nobody's there, then all I'm doing is just I'm like some crazy person just yamming on to myself about nothing at all. Sort of like what I'm doing when I'm at home looking into a hole. Because that's the camera. You ever just like look in a hole too long and you're like hoping somebody's on the other side? Like when somebody broke into your house and tied you to a chair and you're looking at a hole and you're like, "Oh no." You're like the peephole, and you want to like knock on like, "Somebody save me," but your arms are all, kind of bound up still. And he won't let you out till you do the crab position or whatever, which is hard when your legs are bound too. Anyway, but no, I love it because, and this is one of the things, because I do know a lot of performers and they say the same thing, that being on stage, it's all about the audience. It's all about the audience. And the thing that I get, which is a lot different from a lot, like the performers in the Broadway programs, for example, they, they're with each other. They're each other's, like I call them scene partner. You're my scene partner. When I'm up on stage, y'all are my scene partner, because I'm talking directly to you. So your opportunity, like your smiles, your laughter, the things that make it quirky, those are the things that I remember. And that's the thing when I come back and be like, "Oh, Hooker, I love y'all. How you doing?" That is the thing that makes me the smiliest, because without y'all, come on, you're that's why every show is different. After thousands of shows, 14 years, that's why I keep going, and it makes me smile every time I step on stage, because I never know what I'm going to get, and it's all based on y'all. So my favorite thing in the world is getting a big old audience in to share some smiles with you and make you laugh. And that's one of the things I love about this new show is I'm going to be like, if you're doing the VIP, like I talked about a minute ago, if you're doing the VIP, I get to share some time with you, and you get to share stories with me, and I'm going to incorporate some of them stories into the show. And that's going to be so stinking fun. So you're going to be even more my scene partner. Dixie's, look, there it is, Cherry Bounce Bottle Rockets. It is going to be October 29th. 29th. 2 shows only, the afternoon and the evening show. And then you can add the VIP experience if you want to. I'm going to use experience. Okay. And then at the buy-in theater, go to pittsburghclo.org in order to buy tickets and get your friends together, because this is a good thing with friends, because then when you leave, you're going to have a lot of stuff to talk about and hopefully lift each other up and go out into the world to make the world a little bit better place. So look, it seems like you could lead a happiness retreat. You're so sweet. Adeline, shut up. You know what? I could lead a happiness retreat. And that's sort of what I do in my programs. I get everybody together. My goal is to make y'all happy. That's at the end of the day. When my head hits the pillow, I have one goal each day. Who did I make smile today? That is my thing that I get up in the morning and I always think, I'm like, who am I going to have the opportunity to make smile today? And that is the driving force that gets me through my life all the time. And I always look for opportunities to do that. I went into the post office today. I just dropped off 2 letters. I'm usually dropping off big boxes of Tupperware. And there's a lady in there named Michelle that I love. I've seen her for years. She's been there. And she's like, Dixie, you ain't got no packages today. You just got 2 letters. What's wrong with you? She always asks me to see me again. And I'm like, hooker, I'm giving you the day off. You get to just sit there and just be pretty. You don't even got to worry about nothing. They're all stamped and everything. You don't got nothing, measure nothing, weigh nothing. Just take them, stick them in, get them where they're supposed to go. It's my favorite part of doing the new show. My favorite part, okay, do I play the guitar on the, hi, Patrick Butler, shut up. My favorite part of doing the new show. Now, do I play the guitar in the show? Technically, no. I'm still learning how to do it, and it's not going well. So I was going to play it, and then I'm not. But I shot the poster, and we put it all together, and I was like, oh, that's fun. It looks like a country music album. And I'm like, I like the poster so much. I was like, oh, let's just keep the image. And but I don't really play it. But my favorite thing about the new show is some of the things that I get to share with you. Every time I do stories, every time I write shows, every show is just a little bit edgier, a little bit pushier than the one before. And I think my favorite thing about doing this new show is some of the stories make people giggle in ways that they're not expected. And so I always love to see what audiences are going to be, most receptive to it. Because this is the other thing about traveling and performing. Every audience is different. And some people, like a northern audience is very different from a southern audience. So I opened the show in Fort Worth, Texas, and it was great. It was so fun. And then I went up to New Jersey, and it was just like they laughed at completely different things. It was so weird. It's because like when I write my stuff, put it all down on paper, tell my stories, I always figure, oh, people are going to laugh at that. That's funny. That's why I'm going to stick that story in the program. But then sometimes the things that I think are the funniest things, people don't laugh at. And the things that I think that's not even a joke. Why are they laughing? People are laughing their asses off at. I never know. That's, I think, my very favorite thing. My favorite part of doing the show is that and I don't want to tell you specific stories because I want you to be able to come and see the show at pittsburghclo.org, October 29th at the Buy-In Theater, 2 shows only. Look at that. When I say it, it comes up. Which is always a good ability to have. If you just say it and it comes up, wow, that's hard. Anyway, so and then Patrick Butler, Patrick's going to see the show. Listen, and I know some of you might be knowing this is a total separate side thing. Some of you have probably seen it. I'm going to be talking about it later on my Facebook page. That I have a cruise. I've been working with Celebrity Cruise Lines, and they are putting together a Dixie cruise next August. So go to my website for more information about that. I know Patrick said he's already coming. A couple of y'all are talking about coming on the cruise, and that is going to be a whole week of craziness that I'm putting together with celebrities. So that get ready. That's the thing. But before that, I'm going to be in Pittsburgh at the Buy-In Theater at pittsburghclo.org on October 29th to be able to get 2 shows, the early show and the evening show. And I know some people are like, oh, no, it's the Halloween weekend. I know, whatever. This gives you the opportunity to be able to come during the day before you have to get the kids ready. And then if you don't have kids and you don't like Halloween and you don't want to put candy in your mouth, you can come in the evening and see how that works. We're going to put it all together like that. I know. That's what I do. I'm a giver. Giving you 2 shows. Normally, I'd just be like 1 show and get out of there. But now in this case, I'm like, no, I'm going to give you each opportunity during the day and the night. And like, how old people are like, I like to get to bed by 4:30. Okay, well then, if you're old, you can come and see the program in the afternoon. See, it's called consideration. That's what I do. Can't help it, And then I did. Somebody gave me this, and it's nice. My friend gave me flowers, and he stuck a Jesus in it, and I was like, ow! So I took him out. So I want to take him with me. Jesus has got a long thing on the bottom of him. Anyway, look, special. Thank you, Patrick. I don't even know what that word is. Special. You're so sweet. You're such a hate, and I love your energy. What inspires you, Emma? What a nice. What a nice thing to say. What inspires me? I like having a good energy. That's just, I can't help it. So, rose helps. You know what they say. Can't spell wine without win. I know. Me too. I normally can't even sell wine because, like, you go to another country and you're like, wine, por favor. And they're like, donde está? I'm like, I don't know. I'm in France. But what inspires me? Everything inspires me. You know what I mean? There's not a day that goes by that I don't find something that inspires me. Whether it's just something that the kids accidentally say, or when you're having sex with somebody you hadn't met yet, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, you don't really know what you're doing. Then you bring the sock puppet out the side door, and you're like, wow, you really know how to do something with the sock puppet. Didn't see that coming. There's all kinds of things. I'm going out with some friends tonight to have some dinner. And I know I'm going to be having all kinds of inspirations talking about stuff that's been going on lately. But I try to focus on the good stuff because there's so much craziness going on in the world. You might as well focus on the good stuff because everybody else spends too much time focusing on the bad. I don't need to focus on the bad. They're doing it for me. So I try to focus on the good. And that way I'm always inspired by different things. Plus, I'm inspired. Every time I come to a different city, I'm inspired by what I find in the city and the stories that people tell me and the smiles that they share with me. So I'm constantly inspired. I got to tell you, I've said, sort of back to close friends of mine and everything. I've always said this, like, I wish everybody could spend a day in my shoes on account of the fact that there's nothing better than walking into work and getting people just cheering for you and laughing and smiling. It is the best stinking feeling in the dang world. And I wish everybody could go through that because there's nothing that will lift you up more than that. So I feel inspired just walking on the stage every night because that's my work. I get to walk on the stage where people cheer for me right out the gate. And there's nothing that feels better than that. So hopefully you get the opportunity to walk in a room like you're walking on stage. Hello, everybody. I'm here. It's so good to see you. Thank you so much for coming. Just do that. Do that for the next week. Every time you walk into a room, all right? Look, every time you walk into a room, just be like, oh, thank y'all for being here. I do appreciate that. That warms my heart. And first of all, people are going to get a gig. They're going to think they should commit you because you're crazy, but they're going to smile. You're going to elicit a smile from somebody, and that's the best thing you can do. So when you walk in, every single room you walk into, even if you're walking in your room alone, you walk into the bathroom. Thank you so. Oh my Lord, didn't expect all the shampoos and soaps to be lined up like that just for me. Thank you. That is so nice. Do these little things. I'll tell you what, it's going to bring a smile to your face. And it's going to bring smiles to the people's faces that are in the room coming in there. Do it every single room you walk into for the next week. Do that. Challenge yourself to do that and watch how good you feel by the end of the week. I'm telling you, just little things like that. It's finding little ways to inspire yourself. That's the good thing. Look, Susan's laughing. See, I'm making somebody laugh. Wine always makes the day or morning better. Derek, my Lord, do you work for the National Wine Association and Visitors Bureau? Because you were right. Wine makes every day and morning better. Do you ever roll over in the middle of the morning and you search on the bedside table for, whatever you left sort of a half a glass of the night before, and you're like, Merlot. There's nothing better than waking up to the nice sense of crushed grapes in your mouth. It's beautiful. Or if you get one of them big Tupperware tumblers, so it's like big old ones that you can take to like the little league game and fill them with wine and be like, go Billy, hit the ball in the bucket or whatever. It's nice. You don't even have to cheer for the right team. You just enjoy it, just drinking the whole time. That's what I do. Look, Saugatuck. Listen, Susan, I'm actually having conversations right this second moment. Well, not this, like right. That'd be weird, right? I'd be like two people. It's like somebody was having it. I'm on the phone with somebody, but I'm here also at the time. That'd be weird. I'll be like them witches from Hocus Pocus with all them powers. No, I'm talking to Saugatuck right now about coming back next summer. So there is a very good chance that I'm going to be bringing Cherry Bombs and Bottle Rockets there. But before that, I'm going to be bringing it to Pittsburgh, the Pittsburgh CLO, pittsburghclo.org. October 29th at the Bayham Theater, 2 shows only, in the afternoon and the evening. I think it's 2 and 8, but I forgot to look. But I think it's like 2 and 8. And if it's not, I'm sorry, but you'll see it when you go on. And then you can add the VIP experience, which again, if you're just tuning in, you get an extra like half hour with me in the back. I'm having a good time sharing stories, talking about stuff. And some of the stories you're going to be sharing with me, I'm going to end up incorporating into the show and chatting with y'all from the stage. So it's going to make it really fun. Trust me, it's going to want it. Look, there I am. Oh my Lord, how pretty. Can't even stand it. I know. Look at that. Look at that. Come back to see us. Susan, I will. That's what I'm working on. Boise, Maggie. Okay. First of all, did you just read my emails? I'm actually speaking to people in Boise right now about bringing the show there later on, like in the 2023 season. So maybe the fall. Are you from Boise? Did you know that? Have you been speaking to somebody? It would be my first time in Idaho. which apparently is a state. Didn't know that, but yeah. So I'm talking to people right now about bringing it up there. So keep your stay tuned. Dang it, because I'm not. See me before you know it, and that'll be fun. I like it. Okay. Look, I've never been, so you're gonna have to tell me, Miss Maggie. You're gonna have to tell me the things to do when I'm up in Boise. I mean, you can't say Boise without boys. Whee. Oh, you're gonna be there with your jingles on. One time I was somewhere with my jingles on, and the Reverend kept saying, "Stop moving around so much. You're disturbing me in the middle of the sacraments." You know. I'm like, well, they make him snappier because we've heard the stories before. They don't really even change from year to year. No, I mean, Jesus was with us or whatever. You know how it is when you go to church. What's your favorite place to visit in Pittsburgh? Oh my God, Derek, that's a good question. My favorite place to visit, I know, my favorite place to visit is PittsburghCLO.org, the website where you can find all the ticket and showtime information about my show coming up October 29th. No show. No, you know what? There's so many places in Pittsburgh that I love. Y'all have that snappy Ross Park Mall. I love the planetarium. That thing is amazing. You go in there, there's all those kids you get to push out of the way. And then, there's that clock that's that atomic clock where that big pendulum swings, knocks over them little things. And sometimes if you see it like an unruly child, you just pick him up and put him in that circle. Then he gets hit by the thing. You're like, sorry, time doesn't slow down for anybody. Should have focused a little bit more, Timmy, whatever. Sorry, can't help it. Science. What are you gonna do? Planetarium is beautiful. It's like unlike anything I've ever seen. When I was there, I loved going down to the point and just seeing how beautiful that is in the point, and then everybody with their little boats going on and tailgating and everything. And Primanti Brothers. I mean, I'm still not sure I understand it. French fries and everything, but I like going there. What's some other thing? Kenny, obviously, we talked earlier about Kennywood. Kennywood is so stinking great, I can't even stand it. Wish we had an amusement park like that nearby me. We don't. The closest one that's real good, I got to go all the way up to Atlanta. I go to Six Flags, and that's the drive. And we got little crappy, like we got them. Those carnivals that show up in the parking lot of a Safeway, and there's the guy running the ride always has like 6 bolts left in his hand, or he's standing there operating it. I'm like, I'm pretty sure those were supposed to go into something. He's like, nah. Maybe, it's like taking your life in your own hands. What are you gonna do? Yeah, I mean, there's so many things I love. Well, while you tell me, Derek, where's some place that I should visit in Pittsburgh when I come that I haven't been to before? Now you're in the hot seat. I'll wait. Mm-hmm. I don't see you typing nothing. Cat got your tongues on your fingers. Did you ever do that? Look. I don't know if you know this, but when you travel, it's best to take up did you not keep this with me? I was unpacking my bag. These were unused. You should see the 3 bags I killed in the meantime. But these are within the legal limit to be able to take on the airplane with you. And because they come in a clear plastic, okay, it's real nice. They can see right through it and go, oh, you're free to go. There's no drugs or ammunition. I know. I mean, it's a different kind of ammunition, really. Seriously. But yeah. Oh, and did I ever? I'm just gonna pick crap up and show it to you. Did you ever see? This was attached to a gift that somebody gave me one time. This was the best part of the gift, just by the way. She was just sitting on the outside like that, and then I was making a drink one day, and I didn't have a muddler, and I reached for what I thought was my muddler. This is not my muddler, as it turned out. And so I didn't want to short circuit that because I needed it later on. So I just took this and started muddling with it, and it's like Lucy when she's stomping on the grapes in that episode. Yeah, that's what I did. So she's my muddler in an emergency. We like her. She's fine. And then friends of mine, I don't know if you can call them friends when they give you things like this, but somebody I know made these for me. Don't know why. They're me on a stick. So I look like I'm a Jewish here, because I'm wearing a jamaica, and apparently a burlap blouse. That's pretty. And then, that is a high collar. Almost choking you to death. What are you gonna do? Anyway, so I have them. This one has bell on it in case it didn't attract enough attention. They can sing. So when your friends give you things like that, it's really time to move. But anyway, look, Emma, you're so sweet. Cathedral learning. Okay, now I've not been to the zoo. I have been down the Strip District, which is amazing with all them restaurants and everything down there. That was gorgeous. The Cathedral learning, I'm gonna have to go learn something. So I don't even know that. So I'm gonna have to. Oh, is that in the University of Pittsburgh down there? I have been to what is it, Flagstaff Hill, the Shinley Park. I've been to the park and which is gorgeous. I had a picnic out there. Well, picnic. What do you call it when you're having sex with a bunch of people behind a tree on a picnic blanket? I think that's picnic. I guess. Wait, where are they? Okay. Just let the people from the back are like, oh my Lord, what's going on? Because when I say something like PittsburghCLO.org and that pops up, that's somebody in the back. Oh, now they're not doing it. Now they're just drunk. Anyway, Billy Mason. Hi, Mr. Billy. I can't wait to see you. Billy Mason, when we was there with Dixie's Tupperware Party back in May, May. May. Billy was so sweet. He kept sticking things up my nose and being like, cough or whatever. It's for the COVID testing. I was like, oh, honey, that didn't used to be called COVID testing where I came from when people are doing that to you. But, you know, you do what you got to do to keep healthy. But, yes, anyway, so I am, so I got to wrap it up. So, okay, so Cathedral Learning, I'm going to have to find that. And the Pittsburgh Zoo. Now, will the zoo still be open at the end of October? I know it sometimes gets cold and they bring them in. You know what? I have a funny story. One time, I'll wrap up with this. I was this years ago, I was in Tampa for an event and it was like February and they had a cold snap. We went to Busch Gardens and Busch Gardens is it's like two amusement parks in one. It's a amusement park and a zoo. It's called the Dark Continent. And so it's got all these great animals that you wouldn't normally find here in America. And so it's all like really African themed and really amazing. And, but because it was so cold, they had this cold snap, they had to bring all the animals in. Well, so nobody was at the park because it was so cold. Nobody wanted to go, but I went there because it was the only day off I had and I wanted to see all the animals. And I got there and there was like a pig and a goat. That's it. That's all because they're the only ones who can survive the cold. And I'm like, I can see those any day of the week looking out the window across the gully. There's this lady across the gully has a pig and a goat. So sweet. Pig is always coming up, sniffing around. So sweet. Pig's name is, well, the goat's name is Bacon, which is weird because the pig should be, but pig's just named Pig. They're not a creative family. We're just going to say that. But only the best. Billy, I know. And that's what I love about you. You only give me the best. And that's why you're an angel sent straight from baby Jesus above, which, again, in case you missed it, I have a baby Jesus right here on a stick. So, and on behalf of me and baby Jesus and everybody, I want to thank you for coming and sharing some time with me. They said get on there and yammer on about crap, and I hope I've been entertaining you and kept you smiling because that's my goal. I look forward to seeing everybody on October 29th. Go to PittsburghCLO.org, and you'll get all the tickets and showtime information. And after you buy your ticket, you can upgrade that to a special VIP experience, and that VIP experience is going to get you about half hour with me before the show so we can chat and have a good time and have all sorts of learning. And then I'm going to be able to use some of your stories and chat with you during the show, which is going to be even more fun. So that's different than like regular VIP experience, like get a picture and then leave or get a lanyard. What are you going to do with a friggin' lanyard? Who wants a lanyard? But my VIP experience, come back, hug me, let's talk, let's share some stories. I want to find out about you, and then I'm going to share stuff. I'm going to talk about you in the show, and that's more fun. So then you're part of the whole experience. That's why I call it VIP experience. You don't even get your hand stamped for it. It's a better kind of experience than that. And you don't have to get tested after you're done and be like, oh, I said burn. Anyway, but I love best show ever. Susan, you're so sweet. I can't even stand it. You are also neighborly. I appreciate you coming and spending some time with me. And I hope you have yourself a gorgeous weekend. Pick up a little bit of wine. Make sure you smile. And like I was talking about earlier, you want to put a smile on your face for the next week. I give you a challenge and share this challenge with your friends. Any room you walk into, walk in like this and be like, well, I'm so happy to see y'all. Thank you so much for coming. And just walk like you're walking on stage and watch how everybody reacts and tell me if you don't put the biggest smile on people's faces. All right. You are all so neighborly. Go to PittsburghCLO.org and you're going to find the tickets and showtime information. I want to thank the people backstage, that are running all this stuff. Thank you, kids, for Stephanie and Sydney for taking such good care of me and making everything go so effortlessly. You are givers. You're angel sent right from baby Jesus above. On a stick. Okay, so keep on smiling, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you soon. All right, it's next weekend, next Saturday. It's a week from tomorrow. So get your butt there, get your tickets. We're gonna have ourselves one heck of a hoot nanny. Okay, all right, kids. We'll see you soon. Bye.